Hello students, let us discuss some numericals which were given in previous year JEE exams. A ball is dropped vertically from a height d above the ground. It hits the ground and bounces up vertically to a height d by 2. Neglecting subsequent motion and air resistance, its velocity v varies with the height. You have to choose from the options. It is velocity versus height graph, and this question has come in 2000. Now basically the scenario is like this: a ball has been dropped from a height d, let us say, and it falls and then it rises. It isn't said that in the second time it rises vertically to a height d by 2, and it is not said that it is returning from d by 2 now. That means it is still continuing, maybe somewhere it's continuing like this, but we are talking at a height d by 2. So what is the information we have? You have AB, BC section. In AB, at the top point the initial velocity is 0. At the bottom point, let us say some velocity v is there, and A is equal to g. It is positive because direction of motion and g both are in the same direction. So you can apply this equation. So here u is equal to 0 and s is equal to d. Displacement is d. You have to take the vertical distance, the shortest distance from the initial position, and this is the final position. So this is d. So v is equal to root over 2gd. And now in the second stage it rises to a height d by 2. That means this final velocity now becomes the initial velocity, and at the top point, it's not the top point but it's some intermediary point. Let us say the velocity is v dash. Here acceleration will be minus g, and s is equal to d by 2 given because you are working out at c. The ball may be moving forward but you are working out at c. So s is equal to d by 2. Again you can use the same equation, v dash square minus u square. U square you have to put now this value. This becomes the initial velocity now, is equal to 2as. G will be minus here, s will be d by 2. When you work out, you get v dash is equal to root over gd. One thing you need to observe here is it is v square is equal to 2gd, and this graph has been shown between v and h. So it is y square is equal to 4x types. So it has to be a parabola. So this option is gone. Alright, it is showing a straight line, and it is parabola, and here you have worked out v dash. If you take the ratio v dash by v, you are getting 1 by root 2, or v dash is equal to v divided by root 2. That means v dash is less than v. Now look at this graph. Initially the object is at if you look at the graph A, we have already cancelled out graph C. Okay, graph D, they are both in the same direction. Okay, so basically what is happening is one is a positive motion, another is a negative motion. So it is falling and going back. Okay, so if you consider u as positive in this direction, this has to be considered negative. So initially the ball has been dropped from this point. So here you can say that from a d distance, when the ball is dropped, the velocity is increasing in the negative direction. So it is not a straight, it is a parabolic variation, right? And then once it reaches here, its velocity, is it increasing or decreasing? From here it is 0 and it is minus. So let us say some minus 5. So 0 to minus 5 means it is decreasing. But here it is what is happening? It is moving in the positive direction. Here u is positive. So here velocity has to be positive. But here also the velocity actually basically is decreasing only. Okay. If it is 5 meter per second here, it will be 4 meter per second here, 3 meter per second here, like that. But it is in the positive direction. So only one option fits that. That means one is in the positive direction, one is in a negative direction. Here both are in the negative direction, both are in the positive direction. So we cannot accept this. This is the right option. Alright. A particle starts sliding down a frictionless inclined plane if Sn is the distance travelled by it from time t is equal to n minus 1 to t is equal to 1, the ratio of Sn by Sn plus 1. So there is an inclined plane like this, and let us say the block is sliding like this, and it is now here. So let us say it takes n seconds here. So in n minus 1 it might have traveled some distance, right? So this is the Snth, right? Because n minus distance traveled in n seconds minus distance traveled in n minus 1 second is Snth. So the expression for that is Sn is equal to u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1. Here the block starts sliding down, means initial velocity is equal to 0, this term is 0, you get Sn is equal to a by 2 into 2n minus 1. Now he is asking you a ratio of Sn divided by Sn plus 1. So while calculating Sn, you have to put n is equal to n, but while calculating Sn plus 1, you have to put in the place of n plus 1. So when you put that, you get Sn plus 1 is equal to a by 2 into 2n plus 1 minus 1. So here 2 minus 1, it is a by 2 into 2n plus 1. This is equation 2, this is equation 1. 1 divided by 2, you get Sn by Sn plus 1, which is 2n minus 1 by 2n plus 1. So option A is correct. A body starts on rest at time t is equal to 0. The acceleration time graph is shown in the figure. The maximum velocity attained by the body will be. This is asked in 2004. And this question was asked in 2001, I think. 2001. Alright. Now here, see the graph. The graph is between acceleration and time. So you know that A is equal to dv by dt or dv is equal to a dt. So if you integrate both sides, what you will get? You will get v. Initial velocity is u, final velocity is v, let us say. Okay. So you get change in velocity in the left hand side. And what is this? This is the area under the curve of AT graph. Here t is the dependent axis, here is the independent axis. So the right hand side is giving you area under the curve, and what it is giving you? It is giving you change in velocity. So the body starts from rest, that means u is equal to 0. So delta v is equal to the area. So if you find the total area, and finally you get, if you calculate total area, you directly get v max minus 0 is equal to area of the curve, which is area of the triangle. Here it is 55 meter per second. Initial velocity is equal to 0, so you get v max is equal to 55 meter per second. Had you have found the area for some intermediate point like this area, it wouldn't have been v max, but you are taking the total area. So when you are taking the total area, basically what will happen is you get the maximum velocity. So option B is correct.